Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is 3 Buck Theater. And the other day I talked a bit about Bandersnatch, the new choose your own adventure film coming from Black Mirror to Netflix, supposedly on December 28th. Supposedly this upcoming Friday, midnight Pacific Standard Time, Bandersnatch is to be released. And Black Mirror is a very, 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 very popular show on Netflix. So this particular choose your own adventure film would be a very hotly talked about property over the course of this next week. Although Netflix still has yet to come out and officially confirm anything. So this leads me to believe they are holding true to the idea that they used for the Cloverfield paradox earlier this year at the Super Bowl. But what we're able to find out now through some people getting some information that others didn't, essentially, is that Bandersnatch has over 5 hours of content, saying here that it will be a choose your own adventure movie with over 5 hours of content. Yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot of content. That is something that you wouldn't really expect there to be. 5 hours to dive into this movie. How many endings are there? How many endings are there going to be? Is it going to be a special ending? Where's going to be the good ending, the bad ending? I am very, very, very excited to dive into this thing come Friday. Now it says here the official Bandersnatch landing page is now live on Netflix. This is actually a screenshot of it right here. I had to do a screenshot because showing you the full page doesn't. It gives me I can't get the whole thing on there the way that I want. So we have this image here. We can see that Bandersnatch is a Netflix film. So it's a film, and it just shows here screenshots from other episodes of the show. But this one right here with the loading screen is what it brings up as the thumbnail. I don't know what that means. I think it could be the loading screen for the game. That could be what it's at, or just a placeholder image so people don't quite know what they're looking at. They're just going to skip over it. That is until the official announcement comes. But we do know that it exists. We know that it's officially on the website, and we know it's coming at some point in time or another. What we don't know is when, and we don't know if this 5 hours is going to be real. So it says here, suggesting that the choose your own adventure style movie would drop before the end of the year and reportedly offering roughly 312 minutes of footage, which is over 5 hours. So it did say here via the Korean Media Rating Board, which I talked about the other day, saying that it was going to be released on December 28th. It will not be connected to Black Mirror Season 5, which is also expected to drop in early 2019. So we're getting a lot of Black Mirror goodness. We are getting a lot of Black Mirror goodness. Now, the speculation in the article here says, while 312 minutes of footage seems excessive, it does confirm early reports that an interactive Black Mirror project was in the works. On the Netflix page, some subscribers are getting a 2-minute runtime for the projects, while others are seeing a runtime of 90 minutes. The latter is more likely in a 90-minute official runtime with 312 minutes of choose your own adventure possibilities. That to me is mind-blowing. Like, that is so much content. All right, so when I talked about the other video, talked about this in the other video, I mentioned that I bought the Choose Your Own Adventure animated movie. Right, the animated movie that they released about 10 years ago on DVD, and that did not have, like 90 minutes of extra content. That was not 5 hours long. It is pretty straightforward. I mean, it's a kid's animated film, but still, this, if you're looking at a 90-minute runtime, this is going to weave in so many fragmented, splintered directions. And not only am I excited for this, I am also at the point of like kind of dreading it to an extent. And I only say that because it's like that is going to be a lot of, oh, what do they have in store for us? Are they going to lead us down rabbit holes that lead to dead ends? And how do we get back to where we were? Is the system going to save its progress so you have the ability to jump back to a chapter? Are you going to be able to rewind it to where there was a split? How many splits are going to have other splits? How many other angles and avenues are you going to run down? Are you only going to do one run through of it? Are you going to do multiple rundowns of it? Is it going to take 5 hours to get to, or is it going to take multiple hours to get through? Because you've got to go through every aspect and then go back and choose another choice. This is one that I, honest to God, need to buy some graph paper and then just like chart down the course as I'm going through to know to when to go back in order to see the different branches. I love choose your own adventure books, even as an adult. I've reread a few of them recently, and they're fun. They're just fun concepts that have never gotten old. And the fact that Netflix wants to bring in this interactive content, and they're going to bring it in such a weird pro techno sort of way, technology sort of way, when it comes to Black Mirror, shows me that they believe that this is the future. That they believe that Bandersnatch and content like it, like the Minecraft story mode that's already on Netflix, as well as their other children-aimed content or children-friendly content that's going to already have this technology built around it. It goes to show me that it's very much viable across all genres. And it also reminds me of back in the 90s. There was an ad I saw on a video, some movie I rented, where it was talking about a movie theater where it would be an interactive experience like this, but it would be audience voted. So you go to the theater, you sit down, it gets to junction points in the movie, and everyone has an A/B voter or little button on their seat that allows them to vote one way or the other. It calculates the average, and then whatever gets the majority, they go that direction. And I think that is a fascinating concept. I have a feeling that that movie theaters might still eventually go that way, but no longer would they do it in regards to having buttons on your seat. It would all be done through applications on your phone, which would be a lot more cost effective to the theater itself, considering the fact that the upgrade to the process, to the systems, wouldn't be that big if they just tied it into an app that was connected to the internet. Wouldn't be that hard to do. But I'm very curious to see how Netflix is going to pull this off. Charlie Brooker has been writing these types of stories for quite some time. And I almost wonder, and this is just kind of a weird theory, is if looking at the screenshot here, right, bringing back up the screenshot here, just look to see what this is. So this is a Netflix film, Black Mirror Bandersnatch. Now what we see is the first episode where the guy screws the pig. We've got White Bear. We've got San Junipero, The History of You, USS Callister, 15 Million Merits, White Christmas. I can't quite see what that. I think that's the one with Bryce Dallas Howard and everything else. And then a couple of these ones I can't quite figure out. Is that Hang the DJ? I don't know. There's a lot of great episodes of Black Mirror, but look at this here. Let's looking at this. Just these thumbnails here. This is specifically done for a reason. Yes, it is to tie it into what Black Mirror is. And yes, Black Mirror Bandersnatch takes place in the 1980s. San Junipero took place in the 1980s, so that could be something that's connected. But I'm wondering if this virtual reality game is going to take us, the creator or the player, through potential other episodes, that they're going to reshoot scenes from episodes where you get to go into those worlds. Now, that is an out there theory, but I also question why they would have all of these thumbnails here rather than just a standard Black Mirror Bandersnatch as a larger image. It's confusing to me in some ways, and I think a lot of other people are really speculating on what it could mean. The show has a way of subverting expectations, usually for the positive. Now, granted, season 4, in my opinion, was the most bleak and cynical season thus far, and I have a feeling Bandersnatch is not going to be much better. It is directed by David Slade, reportedly directed by David Slade, who did Metalhead, arguably the best episode of last season, in my opinion. And that episode was really intense and really, really, really scary. And so it's entirely possible that he would take that same concept, that same mindset, and approach Bandersnatch with it. Again, Thursday night, midnight, I'm clearing my schedule. I will have a pot of coffee ready. I'm going to sit here at my computer and I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. And of course, you guys can get a review from me over on $3 Reviews. Whenever I get to the ending of it, I don't even know, again, what kind of ending there's going to be or what kind of breakdown people are going to be able to do with this thing. It's going to be wild to see what type of YouTube content comes out surrounding it, simply because there's going to be so much to explore. There's going to be 312 minutes of potential content here. What the fuck's even in store for us? Like, that's the thing. It's exciting. It's exciting. And that's what I love about it, that it's one of those things that gets you hyped up on it and gets you ready to go. So bring on the Choose Your Own Adventure. Bring on Bandersnatch. And of course, my name is Matt Jarbo. This has been $3 Theater. If you guys want to leave your comment, I really appreciate it. Or you can always call in the voicemail line at 818-350-3281. That's 818-350-3281. And I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day and peace out.